From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowl, lucky putt, mini golf, and laser tag. Flash the perfect way to for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping. Thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas
on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into the Breeze. Harrison Arms on the ones and twos. Haas to Breezy streaming in. A DP up in the air, heading to Haas's favorite team location over in San Francisco. But we'll keep the show rolling nonetheless. 402-464-5685. You can put a face to the voice, use streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. Even if you got Amazon Prime and that's the way you prefer to do it, you can use Amazon Prime as well. With that being said and out of the way, Haas to Breezy, how's it going on this Sunday?
Happy Sunday. It's going well. I wish I wasn't I wish I had a twin or a triplet and I could stop what I'm doing and have that person do everything I have to do yesterday and today so that I could have been at Dodger Stadium and then gone up north and hung out with DP tonight where he's in Santa Clara watching the Niners and Cowboys.
Yeah, DP's been, I mean, what an awesome week for that guy. I'll say this much. But yeah, he's going to obviously go watch 49ers, Cowboys. You definitely wish you were at the game yesterday between the Dodgers and Yankees because the script couldn't have been any better. I'm being writing that one up.
2 days ago.
Or excuse me, 2 days ago, not yesterday. But Haas to Breezy, go ahead and give me your thoughts on that. Just right off the bat, because I do want to touch on that. I know you probably got some strong thoughts.
So we could start with the less fun stuff yesterday. So the question is how do the Dodgers fans feel being up 2-0 with Ohtani subluxing his shoulder? And it's a hard thing. Would you trade Ohtani being out for the series to go up 2-0? And at first glance, a shoulder subluxing, even though it's his back shoulder when he hits and he doesn't have to field and it's not his pitching arm. So those things are good. It's still the best player in the world is hurt. And what does it mean? And so the press conference with Dave Roberts explaining that he's optimistic, that he saw and heard that there's good range of motion and there's still strength in the shoulder. And it was just a partial subluxation, so not a complete dislocation of his shoulder. That's a big deal. As a Dodger fan, you remember Cody Bellinger in 2017 hitting a home run in the NLCS, and then from there, and it actually might have been 2020, dislocating his shoulder in his celebration, and so the baseball players like do this with their arms when they celebrate, and then they have to stop doing that because of that celebration. Well, it took Cody Bellinger a whole year to get back to normal, so much so that the Dodgers just let him go for nothing. So those are the thoughts that go into my head and Dodger fans' heads instead of, hey, we're up 2-0 against the Yankees. And so it's a solemn feeling. Meanwhile, game one. Okay. All right. So you guys make fun of all my teams, the three teams behind me. And game one, just think about it as a kid. I sent you a video that it's a private thing. I just kept to myself. Sent you and DP a video where my boys are watching with me and my daughter's passed out on the couch. And just like when I was a 5-year-old kid, my youngest is 7, and he can name everyone on the Dodgers and what their strengths and weaknesses are. And he knows more about the Dodgers than most people do. And for him to see around midnight on his time, the bases loaded, 10th inning, and the Yankees just took the lead in the 10th inning, and there's 2 outs, and they just got Ohtani out. For him to see those things, oh, they're not going to pitch to Mookie. Oh, okay, Freddie Freeman hasn't done anything in like a month and a half because he's been hurt. And for him to hit the first pitch and just stand there with his bat and just hold his bat up in the air and just watch that ball get out. Oh my gosh. I think every Dodger fan, every baseball fan is going to remember that as long as the Dodgers win the series for the rest of their life. And so if you say, hey, why am I a Dodger fan? I remember Kirk Gibson doing the same thing while being injured, just like Freddie Freeman. I hope Freddie Freeman can leg it out if he gets it on the ground and he can get it to first base, because he had a sprained ankle and he couldn't play pretty much all the playoffs. Hope Kirk Gibson can hit it over the fence, because he's not going to be able to make it to first base. Don't need to run hard if you do a walk-off grand slam.
That is facts. Yeah, that's there's always those moments. That's going to be the moment if they pull it out that everybody remembers. You know, you go to like the legendary Warriors Cavaliers series. It's the LeBron James block off the backboard versus Andre Iguodala. Like, there's always that iconic moment. Now, that was just the first game, which is crazy. To start it off on such an insane note, definitely got the viewership up for game 2 already. I think you're looking at the numbers, not only the 2 big series, but to start off with that big of a pop, it got people really excited to see how this thing continues to play out. Because like you said, down to the wire for that game to finish out. And but now you're saying Dodgers lead 2-0. So with Ohtani, Yankees, can they come back and pull this thing away? Yeah, you said earlier it's kind of a solemn feeling. Yes, you're up, but you got some interesting decisions on your hands.
So first of all, Bueller's been good, but his fastball is not fast. So Flaherty and Yamamoto's fastball has some life. Bueller's fastball is not fast, so I'm a little worried about that. And so with the fastball not being fast, if he's going to go to that pitch, which hasn't really worked, I think Judge is going to come back. And so game 3 is going to be very tough for the Dodgers. And then game 4 is going to be a bullpen game. So the question is, how much does Dave Roberts just use the complete bullpen and maybe not use his high leverage arms? If it were up to me, I would make sure in my mind, I'm trying to do anything I can to win game 3. Go up 3-0. And if I have to use 3 young guys in game 4 and not use Trinan and Kopech and Gatterall and Vesia and just save those guys for game 3 and game 5, that's how I would approach it if I'm Doc. As long as I can go, if I can be up 3-1 or 3-2, then I'm in a pretty good place as a Dodger fan. 3-1 or 3-2, I'm a pretty good place. So taking one game in New York is all I'm asking for if I'm a Dodger fan.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how they balance it out. I think Yankees, I don't got a whole lot of hope for them. I think especially if they can pull out just one game in New York, I think that's kind of the series right there. Now, if they defend it, and then we're talking about a different thing. Then I do got some hope for the Yankees just based on how the pitch count. And then obviously with Ohtani, Dodgers going to be an interesting scenario. And hopefully next season, we'll see what happens. But hopefully when he does recover, everything's just healthy and firing off like it used to be. Because, I mean, when we're talking about the greatest baseball players, Ohtani's already going to be thrown in there just for the ridiculous things he's able to do. And market value wise, Dodgers are going to want him and everything he has. Hosta Breezy, we've only got about 5 minutes left here. The NBA started. College football was good yesterday. I don't know you. Pro wrestling's always going on. Where do you want to talk about?
We got to make sure to understand that the Yankees are not dead at all. So,
okay.
First of all, the Yankees were up 3-2 in the bottom of the 10th with 2 outs. So let's make sure that's clear. And the Yankees had the bases loaded last night in a 4-2 game. And knowing that the Yankees had Soto, Judge, and Stanton and Chisholm coming up down 4-1 didn't seem like a safe lead.
I'm saying if they steal one, that's what I'm saying. I got grim hopes if they can go ahead and steal one.
If the Dodgers steal one and they come back home and maybe Ohtani has been able to heal up and Mr. Miyagi comes back from the dead.
I don't know with Ohtani. I'm nervous about Ohtani. I don't know. I know what the Dodgers said wasn't too bad, but
with how Doc mentioned, Dave Roberts mentioned that Ohtani was pretty good in strength and pretty good in range of motion. Okay. Let's ask this. Would you sacrifice Ohtani hitting for 2025? Hitting for a World Series this year? Knowing that you can allow him to just pitch the whole year and don't hit.
I mean, yeah. As long as we're assuming the injury doesn't get worse, then yeah, I'd sacrifice it.
No, it's going to get worse. Let's just say it's going to get worse. He's out for all of 2025. And shoulder dislocation doesn't take that long. But let's just say, are you willing to give up Ohtani's bat for a whole year and win a championship in 2024, but you also can get him back as a pitcher?
Yep, I'll take that. The pitching's good enough.
Right?
Yeah. If you break it down that way, it clears it up a little bit.
What if you don't get him back as a pitcher? Like it's just too much and it has him off balance. You can only win a World Series. You sacrifice him. He comes in, he goes 1 for 10, but that one hit is a home run to win Game 4. Do you still give up Ohtani for 2025 and take a ring?
I think if you put him on the shelf, if you can take a ring, you're going to take a ring. Kind of like I think you risk it.
Yeah, it's interesting because Nathan Eovaldi, like there's so many people that the Red Sox, when they won their championship, they're like, you could pitch every day. I don't care. I just care about you for this year.
I just want the ring, damn it.
I don't know if you can have your $700 million investments be sacrificed like that.
Like he is everything in the lots of an exaggeration. I mean, they got great stars all over both of those rosters, but Shohei Ohtani, market value wise, and then just historically, it's like, do you really want to potentially ruin what might be the greatest player we've seen?
So let me bring this to you. The Dodgers haven't needed Ohtani yet. And that DP's voice right now is like, you're an idiot. They had to have DP there. When I'm talking to my boys and I'm explaining that Soto and Stanton have done their job. Soto and Stanton have done their job, but no one else has really hurt the Dodgers. Maybe a little bit of Chisholm and maybe Rizzo just getting on base and leaning in a lot. But no one else has really hurt the Dodgers. For the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez has done stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Edman has done stuff. Max Muncy gets on base. So there's other people than the big three for the Dodgers that are doing things. And okay, yes, Freddie Freeman obviously has done stuff. But the point I'm trying to make is technically only Freddie Freeman's done stuff for the Dodgers. And 2 of the Yankees stars has done stuff. And the Dodgers are actually outperforming 1 through 9 on the lineup. So if the Dodgers are being this balanced and Betts and Ohtani wake up, maybe it's a 4-game sweep. So that's one thing to be mindful of, because the Dodgers pitching has controlled 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I got no arguments. I think that's why they're probably going to pull away with the 2, especially if they steal one. Like, they just have seemed like the better team throughout this whole thing. I'm trying to look at any of their series. It is a little bit surprising, though, when you do go look at San Diego. That series went 3-2. And then you look at the Yankees, who have really just been rolling their way through the entire thing until they've gotten to the Dodgers. And now they find themselves in this hole.
If the Yankees played the Orioles in the divisional series, that probably would have gone 3-2. So to put your arch rival, your enemy, the team that, I don't like number 23. I don't like number 23. When we're playing the MLB The Show at home and I'm playing the Padres, Michael's like, throw it inside. Throw it high. Throw your fastball inside. Just hit him in the head. If a 7-year-old is like 23, I don't like him. I don't like Tatis. There's a lot of vitriol between the Dodgers and the Padres.
True. I don't know. I'm still surprised by it, and I'm a little bit surprised by the disrespect to Kansas City, because Kansas City beat the Orioles. Now you're trying to tell me that if they had to play the Orioles, it'd be a 3-2 series.
Yes. Are you serious? The Raiders make it hard for the Chiefs all the time, and the Raiders are terrible. The Rams make it hard for the 49ers. The Cardinals make it hard for the 49ers. The Seahawks make it hard for the 49ers. The Commanders can come and beat the Cowboys when the Commanders are 2-14 or 15 because they added another game.
Yeah.
The rivalry games are always harder. There's no question. No.
Okay. I'm just really I was surprised. I am happy for Kansas City. I got no skin in the game when it comes to picking an MLB team, but I was happy for Kansas City. But I was very shocked that they were able to beat the Orioles 2-0. Like the Orioles just did not. You give credit to the pitching of Kansas City. I mean, it was phenomenal. I think the Orioles maybe scored 3 runs total in those 2 games. But I was just very unimpressed by the Orioles, who I was hearing a lot of buzz about all year long, and they just did not look great. But all right, fair enough. You want to go with the rivalry card? Yeah, that is always a factor. We see it nonstop in college football, in basketball, MLB too. Sure. I mean, basically everywhere you go. Hosta Breezy, we do got to go to a break here, but I'll let you finish. What do you want to talk about? Where do you want to go next?
Let's talk about football. There's the season's starting to become a little more important right now with a couple more weeks. If certain teams lose, they have 4 losses, 5 losses. How are they gonna look? Even though the 7 teams in the playoffs makes 9 and 8 doable, but who's in a hot seat? Who's in a dire situation to win this week? When we come back from the break,
we'll do that next. Don't go anywhere. Hosta Breezy, Harrison Arns. Talk to you in a little bit.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. You guys can join in. Use the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961, Amazon Prime. If you choose to watch it that way, all great ways to join in. Haas, I think we're going to talk about some hot seats here. And if we're being honest, I really want to go first here. And I'll be quick with it because anybody who watched college football, especially Big Ten football, Big Ten officiating on the hot seat. Just be better. It's ridiculous. It's horrible. Week in, week out. Maybe it's Nebraska this week. Maybe it's Maryland next week. Maybe it's Ohio State. I'm sick of it. Figure it out. Make them full-time. Pay them and penalize them when they mess it up. That's it.
I mean, from what I've seen from college football every year is the powerhouse top 10 team somehow always gets a call. It's just what I know every year. Every year. Just so the upset doesn't happen. Just to keep them.
Calls. We're talking calls, Haas. Like spotting the ball short of a first down when it's clear they got it by like 2 to 3 yards, 2 yards. You know, I'll be 2 yards. And they spot it. It's just so bad. It was egregious to the point where Joe Klatt and Gus Johnson were talking about it. If you're listening to the radio, they can't get over how bad spotting the ball is. The rest of college football was like, this is horrible. Like, just downright not even trying to hide it. I'm not, like, even if that theory is right, which I think it is, I have never seen it so egregiously done before in my entire life. And that's not saying that's the reason why Nebraska lost, but it certainly was a little bit like playing two opponents out there as opposed to just one.
Okay. Have you not watched the Chiefs play? Seriously?
Oh, I mean, NFL, I feel is very more inclined to set those things up. Yes, I am right there with you on the Chiefs.
Are you? Yeah. Are you like the Chiefs? It's so bad. It's so bad, and it's for an obvious reason. It's an obvious reason. And it's another obvious reason for college football. Tennessee, 5 years ago, we'll just give them a couple calls. We want them in the top 10. Like no one in look.
So it's the same true for your Los Angeles Lakers, Haas?
Probably.
Oh, okay. All right. You're not going to back down from it. I was expecting a different answer, but yeah, this certainly is. The free throw discrepancy for the Los Angeles Lakers, year in, year out.
No, the Lakers played differently. The Lakers screw job was, and I'm pretty sure Donnie, he refed it anyway, was when they played the Kings in 2002. That was the Lakers.
I was 3, so you got to help me out.
The Kings were up 3-1, I think, in the series, and the Lakers somehow were able to come back, and the officiating was definitely in the Lakers' favor. Now, officiating Shaq is difficult just because you can clobber him and he doesn't move. So it's like, was it a foul? Yes, it's a foul. If you watch a defensive player and they move their arm and they hit him really hard, it's a foul. That's why LeBron flops, because otherwise, if he actually tried to act tough, it's not a foul. And I don't like LeBron if it hasn't been clear for the last 3 years. But back
I thought you thought he was better than Michael. You said that. I'm pretty sure you said LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan.
I would trade LeBron for Caruso, just to be clear.
You know what? I miss him, so I don't blame you. He's a great player. And when he played for the OKC and they absolutely put an absolute whooping on the Chicago Bulls, wasn't great. But Josh Giddey, he's been all right. But yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know if you remember when Mark Cuban complained a lot about Yao Ming.
$1 million fine.
It's I don't know what happens where these things get swayed, because Mark Cuban complained like crazy that Yao Ming, he's getting away with X, Y, and Z. Yao Ming fouled out like maybe 2-3 times in his career. And it was that game 3. He somehow finds a way to foul out. And they just start calling all these sorts of fouls on Yao Ming. And they lose game 3. So I don't know. There's way too much influence. Like, why officiating is so easy to influence across pro sports, across college football. Like, is it just money? Is it people telling them? I have a hard time believing that like nobody would say anything. Like, yeah, we are getting calls from up top or from other people, or if it's just like a psychological effect of watching Ohio State, even though this Ohio State player is literally tackling a Nebraska defensive end or outside linebacker, like the back of your head's like, well, Nebraska's not good. Surely Ohio State's not doing anything illegal here. There's no way Nebraska just beats him.
I mean, Nick Bosa is unavailable in every game that the Niners play the Chiefs. He does nothing. And if people actually watched the offensive line, every time Nick Bosa rushes, he has an arm around his neck every time. So we can go down that route and just there's missed calls. So the Darnold face mask, that was a missed call. It's like the ref was looking. We don't know his angle. That's a missed call. The blatant cheating that has happened for a very long time to protect the powerhouses in college football is all about one thing, and it's all about money. And the reason they do it is, well, if Nebraska had one nice win and ended the year 7-5 or 8-4, is that better for the Big Ten? Or is it better if Ohio State had one loss going into the Big Ten championship game? Do you want Indiana in the Big Ten championship game, or do you want Ohio State? So they're going to find a way to make sure Ohio State is one of the top 2 teams in the Big Ten. That's just how it works.
I'm looking at Indiana football. I'm really hoping they don't play Ohio State so I can give them ahead of time, make sure they know the script's on their way. Yeah, I mean, I never know where to go with this, because it does always baffle me that nobody ever speaks up about it if that is happening. And November 23rd, Indiana at Ohio State. So that should be a good one. Indiana sitting here at 8-0 is just crazy to think about. Ohio State didn't look that good against Nebraska. I know we lost it, but I'll be honest, their run game looked terrible. Their passing game was about the only thing really working for them. And the refs obviously working double overtime for them as well. But yeah, I mean, when you get into the officiating, I'm always amazed that nobody said anything about it. You've seen some refs talk about gambling, fixing games in the NBA. for gambling. But that's about the closest we've gotten to any sort of truth about it. And that was for personal gains, not necessarily fixing it for, a call up top on someone trying to make a bunch of money or from an ownership. It was just like refs making deals to gamble. That's where I always scratch my head. How like nobody's cracked. Not a single soul has cracked. I think we just have a bad reffing problem where we just don't have a good development system to get good refs. Like it is such an important part of college football, and how it's so inconsistent and broken all the time is insane. When it is essential that part of the game is as close to perfect as possible, so people can really size up who the best teams are.
I mean, I guess they'll just have to keep updating the reviews. Hey, holding penalties can be reviewed on the offensive line. But if they want to cheat, they're just not going to do it. Just not going to do it.
Well, hey, Haas, you know what? They will send in the tape and they will write a very nice letter saying, sorry about it. We were wrong. Now go play your next game on Saturday. That's it. Class dismissed. It's a joke. And it drives me nuts, and it drives every college football fan nuts. And the NFL that's one I can believe a little bit more, that it's not just blatant bad reffing, but it's a little bit of influenced reffing. That's easier for me to believe than college football.
Doesn't the NFL, they make the same amount of money? I'm sure they do somehow.
Is it bad reffing or is it influence, Haas? You tell me.
I've already told you.
How is it nobody said anything then? Like, that's where I always go back to. Like, not a single soul throughout the entire time of referees has cracked.
Maybe they've already said it, but they had to disappear.
Okay, well now we're going full tinfoil hat here. Where do you want to go next, Austin Breezy? We're going to go in circles on this.
What we started with, which was what teams are we worried about in the NFL? So let's make it easy and look at the AFC East.
Okay,
the Jets and the Dolphins. The Jets are 2-5. The Dolphins are 2-4. Which team should be more worried?
Well, the Dolphins are getting Tua back, but I don't trust it. He's not going to put on his damn cap. I'm way more panicked if I'm the Dolphins. You got a quarterback that is every game you're going to be panicked for him, and I get it. You don't want to wear the cap for personal choices. Just wear the damn thing. Like, you do not want to risk a horrific injury for a fashion choice.
It's not a fashion choice. There's probably something. There's no way it would be a fashion choice.
Why wouldn't you wear it then? It's not obstructing the eyesight. It's not. If anything, it's going to give you extra protection over the years, so you don't have to hear. You get the call on your head. Give me a good reason why you wouldn't wear it, and then I'll agree.
So receivers said it changes their balance, and it's just a different weight added to the helmet, so they're not used to it, which is a bunch of malarkey. For a quarterback, it might make it harder for me to run. We don't want you to run anyway, dude. We just want you to stay in the pocket.
Please don't.
Look, have him wear a box for all I care.
Go ahead.
The movie Varsity Blues with the offensive lineman
wore
69, like had a billion concussions. It's where Tua is at. Just please don't get another one this year.
That's why I'm more worried for the Dolphins. The Jets, it's one game with Devontae Adams in the mix. At least Rodgers is like somewhat healthy. I guess he's having some possible injuries kind of perk up again, but I'm way more worried about Tua. Yes, I think they'll be good, but even if they start having some good ball games, like, you just worried, like, anytime that guy hits the ground, you're going to panic. I'd be more panicked to be the Dolphins than I would the Jets.
Jets are 2-5, and they just scored a touchdown. I don't know what happened to their extra point or 2-point conversion, but they're down 7-6 to the Patriots. Probably the worst team in football. Maybe the Panthers are the next worst.
I'm not watching the scores right now, but that might have changed my answer. That's not great. That's not great at all. What's your option? Who's more panicked for you? Who should be, I should say.
Well, who else can the Jets blame?
Well, they gave Rodgers the wheel, so if this ship sinks, you point the finger at him.
Bring back Darnold as your quarterback. Bring back Zach Wilson as your quarterback.
Honestly, someone's going to take a good flyer on Zach Wilson and give him a good run after seeing the whole Sam Darnold experiment. Like the Jets are just, I don't know. I mean, you got the new coach in there who's not really the new head coach, but in the meantime coach. And then with Saw being out, like Rodgers has just kind of taken complete control of that. So I want to give it just a little bit more time to see if things actually gel, because they got players on offense. You know, Mike Williams, after that big disastrous catch, he did make a big play for him in that next game. Now they still lost, but I think that team's going to gel. I'd give it time. The Dolphins, I'm just worried about the quarterback. Looking at other teams who should panic, like obviously the Browns. That one's, if we're talking about the AFC here, unless you want to stick to just the AFC East. And
So we can finishing up the AFC East. The panic is every time it's like your own kid playing injured. Every time Tua goes out and maybe sneaks or gets sacked, that's the panic. Otherwise, 4 losses. You play the Bills next week. You should be fine. You're so talented. You should be fine. Looking at the Browns, you never cheer an injury, and that was messed up by the Browns fans. But hey, when Joe Flacco came and became their quarterback last year, they turned the season around.
Yep.
So they have the talent. They have 2 very strong defensive ends. They have wide receivers. They have running backs. Maybe the Browns go on a run. Maybe I'm actually not panicked for the Browns. I think the Browns can make a run.
I'm panicked for the Browns. I love Jameis Winston. I really do, Haas. But that man is a wild cannon. Like, he does not fit the we're going to grind it out style that the Browns have. He very much does not fit the system the same way Deshaun Watson does not fit the system. Deshaun Watson, I mean, Jameis Winston's probably going to be an upgrade, which is crazy to say, but I hope I'm wrong, but I mean, the guy's just always been a turnover machine. He has a very hard time.
He had LASIK. It fixed it.
Oh, okay. I think the last time he got a career starting, it was 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions.
Yeah, but he didn't. He had a corrective eye surgery after that season.
Oh, okay. Oh, my apologies. I'm totally not panicked anymore. No, I love Jameis. I hope the LASIK surgery fixes everything. And it's not the eyesight, it's the just risk taking. The guy loves to take risk, and until he gets that part out of his system, like, he'll probably throw a couple of picks today to a very, very good Baltimore Ravens defense, who is just ball hawks out there. So the Browns, like, I don't know if you'd call it panic, because you're probably not really have a whole lot of heart and passion into it at this point in the season anyways. But the next team on there, you know, if we want to stick to the AFC North, is the Bengals. Not a horrible start, but they are 3-4. Now, they've played good opponents, but it's been weird. We went from Joe Burrow to this, like, what a phenomenal player. He beats Mahomes, like the thing that Josh Allen and the Bills have been dying to do forever, and they can never get it done. Joe Burrow shows up and beats him in that first time they meet, and that I can't remember if it was I think it was the AFC. It had to have been in that AFC round, or excuse me. What round was that where they played? Was that the?
He had beaten him
conference?
3 times in a row. He went to the Super Bowl, beat him in the AFC Championship game.
Okay, it was the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, where Bengals lost by 3 to maybe the Rams.
It was the Rams.
So Joe Flacco had beaten him 3 times in a row and then finally lost once. Look, staying in that conference, 1-6. If the Browns beat the Ravens, I'm not sold on Pittsburgh. If the Browns beat the Ravens, there's enough teams that are 3-3, 3-4. All you have to do is sneak into the 7th spot. I think the Browns defense is so good.
Yeah, it is.
1-6. At 1-6, then they go on a 10-game run.
I just don't. The defense is good. If you had a different quarterback in there, I'd feel a lot better. But a defense that's that good, but when you're just going to be turning the ball over a lot, which I think is probably what's going to happen, I don't see it. Especially with the Steelers team that, what do you think about Russell Wilson? Like, he looked pretty good in his last start. took a little bit in that first quarter, a little bit rusty. Second quarter, yeah, but in that second half, he started to look really, really good. In that team, we really know about Mike Tomlin's team. He's been running the same damn defense for years, and despite that, he always figures it out. He has great outside linebackers, and runs the same defense year in, year out, and nobody can ever have a just consistent answer to getting yards on that team. So I'm not seeing it for the Browns. I'm really not. I'm convinced on the Steelers. You'll never be able to not convince me of Mike Tomlin, especially now that he's got a quarterback that's halfway decent. Better than halfway decent. You want to talk about the AFC South, the most dumpster fire one out there?
Why are the Jaguars so bad?
That's my point. I can't. Travis Etienne's been hurt, but I mean but Tank Bixby honestly looks really good for those guys. So I have a hard time believing it's the run game issue. How much is this just coaching, and how much is this Trevor Lawrence isn't the guy? Because that's the conversation Jaguars fans are starting to have, and it also doesn't help that they play in London all the damn time. That's brutal.
That's probably the biggest part. The miles that you have to add on. Oof.
That's a lot. I mean, and I get it. They did it back to back in London, so they got to stay there for a week. But like all that jet lag going back and forth, like I don't know what deal the Jaguars did to be an NFL team in that such a unique location, but I think that was part of the contract. It's like you're going to be in London a lot. Anytime we want to spread the league, you're going to be the guys doing it for us. Because obviously none of the other teams are going to want to give up home games or even just travel that far for a road game, neutral site game.
They were 8-3 last year, and they lost 5 of their last 6.
Mm-hmm.
So, oof.
I'm ultimate panic mode if I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is the guy. Like I'm just full out panicking. Part of it too is like you gave him that Urban Meyer start. It was such a weird start for Trevor Lawrence, and then he gave you some hope in year 2 when things started ironing out. And it just kind of has completely fallen flat in a division that's not that good. Like the Colts are fine. Texans are good, but the Titans are horrible this year. And the record reflects it. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins got the hell out of there. And we haven't even talked about Hopkins being a Kansas City Chief yet, but that adds a whole nother layer to it.
Oh,
maybe they'll get their first passing touchdown this year in the month of October.
To make Mr. Mahomes happy.
Yeah.
Do the Raiders? Yeah, no.
No, you don't even have to finish. No, the Raiders do not figure it out.
No. Chargers, you brought in Harbaugh, but they just keep playing like the Chargers. Like, You have Herbert. Who's a bigger disappointment, Herbert or Sunshine, Mr. Trevor Lawrence?
I'm gonna say Trevor Lawrence because I do think he's got some good weapons out there, but you could definitely make the argument that Herbert's had a lot better talent that he's been working with, and he has just never put together a complete season of looking like that guy. Like he's had runs, stretches, but I'm trying to think of the best Herbert year one. It's very up and down. Like maybe his early in his career, you'd argue is some of his best football, which is kind of weird to say. And yeah, I still think I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence though, because I'm losing almost complete hope that he'll be a good quarterback in the league, but I don't know if he can be a starter. Like he's going to get more chances throughout, and maybe one day it sticks. Maybe it's a Baker Mayfield arc, but I just don't see it happening. Not at the Jags anyways.
I think we got to be patient. That guy was Peyton Manning like talent. So for him to not have made it yet, it's the internet's problem. It's this like Brock Purdy right now is a terrible quarterback. He should be traded.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
He's so bad. Just hold on a minute. Just relax. The 49er game against the Chiefs, Mahomes and Purdy pretty much had identical stats.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mahomes' stats have not been impressive for like these 2 years in a row, and it's weird if you just look at the stats with Mahomes and you're like, this is the best quarterback? Like his stats aren't anywhere near anybody else. We talked about QBRs the other week. I think he's like 16, 17, 18. His stats are weird to look at with that Chiefs team, but you go watch it and it kind of makes sense.
And that's why you watch games and you don't look at stats. Like, you have to watch games and be like, did he make a play on 3rd and 8 that most people wouldn't have made? That's what Mahomes does.
Mm-hmm. And now he's got Hopkins on those 3rd down plays.
With Worthy just clearing off the top. Like that.
They're going to be a problem. Chiefs to me are a nightmare, but the biggest nightmare is actually over in the NFC, and you can just take a stab at any of the teams in the NFC North, but we only got a little bit of time here left. I'm not going to be selfish and talk about the Bears-Commanders game, which is coming up. Very excited. That is the 2 rookie quarterbacks clash, but where do you want to go? We probably got time for like 1 or 2 more teams we can talk about that maybe need to panic.
We'll just finish with the AFC, and we could talk about the NFC panicking later, even though the game DP's at. It's kind of a must. Fine. It's a must-win game for both teams, for the Cowboys and the 49ers.
I was waiting for you to say for both teams. You guys need it too, just as bad as the Cowboys.
With that said, if the Niners go to 3-5, then you tell me they have a bye week and Christian McCaffrey's back. I'm probably not panicking. You just have to win you just beat Seattle. You're gonna beat Arizona and St. Louis the next time you played them. You didn't beat them the first time. Just beat Seattle, beat those teams again. It's 3 wins in the conference. So there's 6 wins right there. You're 6-5, and then you got to win 4 other matchups. It's fine. 10 wins makes the playoffs.
True.
Christian McCaffrey comes back, they're fine. And then the problem is every wide receiver they have is hurt, but Juwan Jennings will come back after the bye week, hopefully. Deebo Samuel hopefully will be over his pneumonia by the bye week, maybe this week. National Tight End Day. That means George Kittle Day. It's going to be a big George Kittle Day. Last time he played the Cowboys, he had 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. I think the Cowboys win this one, Haas. I hate to tell it to you.
Okay.
I think this is a full-on mini spiral for the 49ers. And I do think once Kent McCaffrey's back, everything kind of locks back into place. But I just feel like this Cowboys team is going to be incredibly desperate heading into this one and probably pull out all the tricks.
Coming off a bye week.
They're not very creative. Yeah. They're not very, like, when you watch that Lions game, and I know it's a while back now, but when you watch that Lions game versus the Cowboys, you saw one team that's creative when it comes to their playmaking, play calling, and how they like to get their best players the ball. And then you watch the Cowboys, and it looks like they are just struggling to find any way to get the ball to their best ball players. And I don't know if CeeDee Lamb's, just if it's drama or what it is between him and Dak, or if it's overplayed by the media, but something's not right with the Cowboys. And I'm hoping during the bye week, like they're going to figure it out this week, or this is going to be a good disastrous season where they're not the worst team, but they're going to have a lot of brutal losses. That's where I'm at with the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, you paid $60 million for a C+ B- quarterback. That's what you get. So hopefully the Cowboys implode. Hopefully Ohtani's healthy. Hopefully the refs get penalized and audited for handing over some wins in the Big Ten.
Honestly, at least make them do the press conference after. Like, they should have to answer to their crimes sometimes. We didn't even talk about it, House, but I'll tip my cap. Lakers are also 2-0, I believe. Unless they lost yesterday, but I think they're 2-0. 3-0, excuse me. Good start for them. We're going to throw the break here. Well, not break. We're going to wrap it up. Don't go anywhere. Lincoln Youth Football up next. See you later, House. Appreciate it as always.